Portland is a critical mass of bike culture.
I think critical mass has been an effective part of a movement to normalize bike traffic.
It makes a statement to cars, that are sitting there seeing the sea of bikes come by.
Yeah, critical mass was a big deal because not only did it help make the policy point, but it retrained the police bureau.
In the 90s, you had more strictly, private vehicles and commercial vehicles on the street. And now you have other modes of transportation.
The state of Oregon, way back when, had said, hey, we have a certain amount of funds that should be allocated to put in bike infrastructure, and no one at City Hall, anyway, would answer my questions. When they stopped responding, I thought it was time for some sort of action.
This is happening. Our history repeats, and it's unstoppable. Makes you believe there must be something more to that Bible. It's why else would so many people die for no reason at all.
A heavy and hostile police presence makes critical mass not fun, and if it's not fun, it doesn't exist.
Well, I think what killed critical mass in Portland is two major things. First one is how the police handled the ride and their response, and I also think just simply because people found other things to do. People sort of moved on.
World Naked Bike Ride is going to be on the 19th instead of midnight. Last year we had 1% of Portland naked.
Yes.
This year we're going for 2%.
And so getting that show of enthusiasm and urgency and momentum so that now that they're in the budget process, they know that a top priority.
Southbound was bumper-to-bumper traffic, and the bicyclists were actually riding through the traffic, moving faster than all the stopped cars that were bumper-to-bumper, yet the police were upset that the bicyclists were impeding traffic.
I saw one of the motorcycle officers pull over one of the bike riders and tell him he was going to charge him for not having a red rear light, and the guy pulled out a little sheet of bike laws and said, I don't need a rear light, I just need a rear reflector. And the cop said, all right then, and he pulled out his own sheet of bike laws and he said, I'm going to charge you for riding in the wrong place in the lane. And the guy explained that he was riding in the right place of the lane, and then the officer found something else to charge him for.
The city government tends to be liberal, and the police union tends to be Rush Limbaugh-style conservative.
And the police bureau was invested, I think, in the old idea that streets are for cars and bikes need to be off here somewhere else.
So our stance is completely different now, today, than it was 12 years ago. Because I remember those days. I remember the victims, people's getting their cars bashed in, dented alongside. The whole group would take up 3 lanes of traffic and block traffic on purpose.
What I was concerned about was the fact that the police thought this was even a big deal at all. That, hey, these are just some people riding bikes. If somebody gets hurt, they'll call 911. But why don't we just leave these folks alone?
Wow. They were there in '93 as one of their functions was to spy on the biking community. What a waste of time.
What the criminal intelligence unit does, what they do is they try to predict a criminal act or something that's going to happen, and then they put out a warning to the general police saying this could happen.
Critical mass really is a tool for bringing people together to ride bikes and feel safe and have fun. And as a tool, it has to evolve to fit changing circumstances.
So we're sort of at the top of the, maybe the 2nd or 3rd tier cities in the world, but we have a long way to go.
One day we'll be maybe not a platinum bike city, but maybe a good solid piece of fur. At this point, we're still plastic wrap.
This guy with crazy hair gets up and he's like, all real anarchists, follow me!
But this is happening again. Our history repeats, and it's unstoppable.
Well, maybe if Chief Foxworth and his old mistress could have a reconciliation, then critical mass would come back.